This is the ISM bag, and this is the ISM bag. Two different sizes, two different colorways. Here's my thoughts on the ISM bag a couple of years later with the large one, and also my thoughts on the small backpack, what you can fit inside, who it's kind of geared for, and overall just what you can expect from these. So I first checked out the ISM bag a couple of years ago, the larger of the two sizes, and I was impressed with the quality, the attention to detail, and the overall aesthetic of these pretty familiar designs. Generally, the accents were top-notch, and the price was very compelling to those that offer something quite similar, but not really there in terms of quality. Since then, they have released a version 2 of these, and the main addition is the luggage bag strap. So everything I'm talking about here with the ISM bag is still applicable. If you find this video useful, give it a big thumbs up. And if you think these are the right bags for you, whether it's the small or the large, then you can purchase the link down below. It helps support my channel, but it's more of a reference link if you decide to go ahead with these. So with that out of the way, let's talk about these two bags. You can find both of these in two accent colors. They reflect the different color zippers. One is the gunmetal gray on the front pockets and also the main compartment zipper, and also the interior color. This is paired with more of the navy, whereas on the right we have the gold accented zippers and the interior has a burgundy. In terms of profile, they're generally very slim, so it holds against your back more closer. It doesn't sort of drag you back or makes an uneven weight distribution when you've packed it. That being said, the slimmer dimension, especially on the small backpack, this is much slimmer than what you can pack in the larger one. So if you are going minimal or just want to take the main core essentials, that means like your laptop, some books, maybe a bottle of water in the main compartment, then you are good to go. If you need to pack anything extra, it can get pretty tight, so just do bear that in mind. On the larger backpack, you still kind of have to be mindful, but you do have much more room to play with. You can see it actually is quite a bit wider, and the main compartment area is more spacious than the small backpack, so that is going to also give you more flexibility if you want to pack anything additional. So if you generally like a smaller bag, more compact, more minimal, and just more agile, then this is the one you want to go for. But if on a day-to-day, if you do like the option of having more space for you to fit things in case you need it, like a sweater, packing really heavy for your books and so forth, then the larger one is probably the safer bet to do so. If I give you a view on the back, full use of mesh along the entire of the rear, which means ventilation, airflow with your bag. We even have it against the strap underneath like so. It helps with ventilation and airflow, a bit more breathable for your back and even your shoulder straps. So again, nicely lined there. It is quite nicely padded, not too thick, but more than reasonable enough to soften and cushion if you are going a little bit heavy on your carry. Now I do like top handles, and we have very rugged and well-built handles on the ISM bag. It's leather and it's kind of reinforced and much thicker towards the top part. So if I show you here, which adds to the comfort. It's not going to really dig into your hand from more of those seatbelt style materials. So that is a plus, and just gives you another option if you prefer to carry it. So that is pretty much the bag. Very simple and minimal, as you can tell with the aesthetics. On the front, I mentioned the accent colors, the gunmetal gray and the gold. That's also reflected on the ISM logo. Gold, it is gold, and then on the gunmetal, it is gunmetal. So I like the consistency and continuity here. The bottom part is vegan leather and contrasts the more synthetic polyester on the top, which just gives it a little bit more give and flexibility with how you want to pack. These extended zipper pulls are also very nice. It is made of leather too. Now if I put the large one down for a second, the zipper here extends all the way to the bottom, so you do have some space to put inside this part, Although I will say, like many of the pockets in here, I'm kind of constrained within the overall capacity of the bag. So as I mentioned, because it's slim, there's not much give for you to press it outwards. It means if you are putting thicker stuff in the front pocket, it is going to eat inside the main pocket. Same with the ones that we're going to delve into inside, and also with the laptop compartment that we'll look at shortly. Bear that in mind, but it does mean that the bag is not going to warp, deform, or just lose its sort of structure over time. It's going to still keep that look, just a little bit more of a compromise. Now, one of my favorite parts I like is the laptop compartment. It is a separate zipper from the main one. So again, a great separation to just keep a laptop, your tablet protected, padded, and also easy to access. The zippers go all the way down towards the half part. So again, you get full view when we open it up. And if I show you here, this burgundy look, really dig it, very classy and elegant, and this is on both sizes of the ISM bag. One separates the tablet that you see here, and then we have another separator which goes the opposite way, and that is for your laptop. The top pieces are again binded and reinforced with a leather material, and that is stitched nicely, so you do get very good separation between the two. Now, if you do have a laptop and a tablet, depending on how thick your laptop is, it could get pretty tight. Everything's kind of restricted within the limits of the backpack. I don't feel comfortable saying this is going to fit your general like large laptop. I would say if it's 13 inches and it's more of like a MacBook Pro, maybe a Surface laptop, more of an ultra thin, and then you also have a tablet, then you are good to go. Just gonna have to bear in mind with the dimensions on ISM's website whether that is going to fit in this bag. But if you're looking at roughly 13 inches and it's fairly slim, then it's gonna fit in here. And again, that was just my Surface Go. I don't know if it'll fit my Asus G14 gaming laptop. It's fairly compact, it's 14 inches and not as thick, but I'm using it at the moment, so I can't verify, but I'm not sure if it would fit in the small back version. Also, I like the attention to the zippers. It's always important to see how well built, rugged and durable they are. They're not only reversed, but they also have some good sealant, so it should make it pretty water resistant. And then when it comes to the front, I like the lip that kind of hides the zipper, so it's not very bold. If you do sort of lift it up, then you can see the zipper there. We have the ISM logo here, and we have this zipper pocket for securities, maybe your valuables like your purse, your wallet. That will fit in here. Anything fairly slim, not too thick, will fit in here nicely, even cables. Two separated dividers, rest quite flushed against the wall, but this can be for like a battery pack, a hard drive, anything of that sort of nature. Reinforced again with the leather like we have here, and it's roughly from this part down, so fairly deep. And I mentioned we have that beautiful burgundy material, really nice, silky, feels great and looks great, so the overall impression of the bag just is very alluring. Really dig it. And then if you look here, if I can thread my little pinky finger, we have a USB pass-through. This is for your cable, so you can just have your power bank inside and then thread the cable through so that you can charge it while you are using it. I would say I've not used it at all just because it's a little bit of a pain. I prefer to just keep my power bank cable and just charge my phone in one of the dividers and then just take it out when I'm ready. It's still a very nice feature. It's flushed into the design and then it's sort of held with this leather piece, but yeah, not really that useful for me. I mentioned on version 2 there is a luggage strap. It basically just sits from here to here, more of like that seatbelt material, and I'll put a picture up now so that you can compare it, but everything else is pretty much the same. All of that is pretty much the same in the larger version. We've got that darker tone from the burgundy, it's more of a navy, and it has that silky feel to it. The quality and stitching is just incredible. There's a very high standard and attention to detail here. I really appreciate the leather accent around the zipper when you open it. It's just very satisfying to look at, very reinforced in terms of the zipper pull tension, and just makes the bag enjoyable to use and look at. So if you are packing more things, a water bottle, it shares the main compartment, headphones, plenty of books, a tech organizer, even just an alternative space from the laptop compartment if you want to take your laptop here, your power brick, just many things. This is going to be much more accommodating. You can also just stack your sweater, a jumper, additional clothes if you're planning to go to the gym. It's obviously not really geared towards that, but if you want to take this kind of bag, you can sort of put in your clothes here and then just carry something else for your shoes. Wouldn't advise putting shoes in here unless you've got a separate shoe pouch to keep the interior clean. But this is the one to go for that extra space and capacity. When you do pack up the laptop compartment, the main area, and even if you just put, say, a wallet in here, it does have that sort of compressed feel to it. It's not looking like it's going to burst, but again, it's not really a bag made to really overflow and stack up. This is really just being more mindful and considered the essentials that you need to take with you on a day. And the constraints are actually quite nice. It means you're not just wasting the space with stuff that actually you're not going to use during that time. And when you do that, this bag is an absolute pleasure. But as long as you're working within the limits and not expecting to just throw everything and anything inside, then the ISM bag is nice. You just want to opt for the larger bag. Oh, and then one final thing as I put it back up, this is the bottom part. So again, it's the vegan leather shed from the same front material. The only extra thing we get here is this rubber grip, one on either side, and you can see it also says ISM. That just helps with gripping and adding some stability, although I will say this is not really a bag intended to stand upright. There's no like structured base to it. Only if you really fill out the bottom part and it's not top heavy, then you're gonna have a higher chance of it just standing on its own, but it's not really geared to do that. It's more comfortable when you lay it down. That being said, you can stand up the smaller bag much better because it's slimmer and it doesn't have that wider surface area that it can sort of topple over depending on the weight distribution. Whereas the larger bag, again, you can kind of see it sort of compress in. Once you have it sort of packed, then there's a high chance if you have the base sort of pretty solid, but on its own you can see it kind of wants to lean forward. There's no sort of structure there. So that's kind of my only gripe. I would like to actually see them just put a structure here. They might have addressed it in version 2, so if you do have version 2 of the ISM bag, let me know down in the comments. But that is something that I would like to see, since I do like my bags sort of standing on their own rather than laying down, because I don't want to get it dirty, and the bottom is kind of intended to do so. So what are these bags like? So for me, I tend to go to the cafe, I move around the city a lot, and for more of my smarter clothes and smarter outfits or smart casual, the ISM bag is a real joy to use. It really complements not only the aesthetics, but feels very comfortable to wear over a period of time. If your stuff are pretty weighty, then you want to adjust the strap loops to just give you a bit more hold on the shoulders. Otherwise it can dig in. So it's not really a bag intended to put very heavy stuff in. It's heavy duty bag, but it's durable more for your urban lifestyle and not necessarily for like camera equipment or just like packing heavy that you're going to move around in. It's not really made for that, although it's pretty decent at it. It's mainly for those that just like this sort of form factor, very clean, minimal and simple, but high execution in the detail. I did mention before to sort of make this a little bit more worthwhile for those who only maybe have one bag or considering one bag to do many things. If they kind of had like a pocket on the back, they can just add a zipper here. Maybe a little bit more padding on the shoulder straps for longer journeys. Obviously they added the luggage strap, which is great because again, it makes it more travel friendly if you are flying around internationally. I would like the bottom to be more structured and have a better hold so it can just stand on its own. Other than that, I really don't have that much qualms with it. I dig the ISM bag and I like ISM's approach to this kind of bag. The quality is just far above a lot of those that maybe are more expensive. There's obviously been a clear attention to the materials they want to use. The upper part, which not only contrasts the vegan leather nicely, gives it a little bit more flexibility. The lip over the zipper just hides it away. Handles, the shoulder straps all feel good. So yeah, the choice is yours. The smaller backpack is really slim, agile and compact. I do like compact bags. Sadly, it's not really made for men because the shoulder straps are fairly narrow. So on me, I have broad shoulders and it just doesn't feel comfortable. So I will say it's more geared for women anyway. So for the guys, you're gonna have to default to the large one, but generally you probably want the larger backpack. But yeah, that's an updated view on the ISM bag. If I do get my hands on version 2, then I can add additional comments to it. But it's still the same excellent bag that when I first got my hands on this a couple of years ago. The added luggage strap on the back makes it more travel friendly. And yeah, just a few things that I think they can improve over it. But overall, really dig these as more of your minimal contemporary backpack. So thanks a lot, Team KBA. If you have any questions or thoughts or want to share your experience, if you have the ISM backpack, let us know down in the comment section. And if you think these are the right bags for you and would like to support my channel, then you can purchase it through the link down below on ISM's official website. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, keep being awesome. Peace.